What up and welcome to Rama Screen YouTube channel, and here's my review of Netflix new documentary, Trainwreck. Poop Cruise, let's rock this. Okay, so this docu is part of a whole new anthology series that Netflix has been doing since a couple of weeks ago, focusing on some of the wildest events to ever blow up in mainstream media. Started with the Astro World tragedy, and then followed by Mayor of Mayhem, and now this is the latest installment. It has been 12 years now, but this catastrophe in the open ocean still cracks me up to this day. And whenever shit hits the fan in my life, no pun intended, I just tell myself, well, at least I wasn't on board the Carnival Triumph cruise, because I don't know if I would ever survive that level of suffering. This docu is only about an hour short, so it flies pretty quickly, and that is a good thing, because you don't need 90 minutes of this docu doubling down or tripling down on the whole poop and feces and urine floating on the floors of that ship. I mean, message received. We got the disgusting picture. Thank you very much. Trainwreck Poop Cruise is crazy, scary, and disturbing. It's the kind of jaw-dropping disaster that makes you realize that when humans are in survival mode, we are all basically just animals. Directed by James Ross. In Trainwreck Poop Cruise, it was supposed to be a luxury cruise, a 4-day round trip from Galveston, Texas to Cozumel, Mexico. But for the 4,000 passengers and crew on board, the reality proves catastrophically different. After an engine room fire destroys electrical cables supplying the entire ship, the boat is left drifting with no power for propulsion, refrigeration, lighting, air conditioning, or worst of all, flushing toilets. Soon, raw sewage leaks out all over the ship. Food supplies start dwindling, and passengers begin to revolt. As the cruise company races to control the fallout, a media frenzy ensues. Okay, so you know how when you watch a Jurassic Park or a Jurassic World movie, any of the gazillion installments of that franchise, it always has that same formula. It always starts out with, ooh, ah, oh, dino great. And then the chasing and the screaming follows after. That's basically the storytelling format of this docu. They've got a few survivors as the talking heads start out by telling you, wow, the first few days were awesome. The food was great. The Mexico trip was great. It was a dream cruise. We loved it. But then after the blackout happens and the toilets clogged up, it's like a Mad Max situation there. Everybody's going through their stages of grief but gets stuck in anger. You see, this is why I tell my wife I would never go on a cruise ship. Never been on one and have no desire to experience it ever. Forget the poop. The fact that Wi-Fi doesn't generally work on cruise ships would drive me nuts. The part on this docu where they can't find cell phone signals and can't communicate with the outside world, including the internet, that's the part that terrifies me more than not being able to do number 2, which in itself is already gross. The documentary did a good job of integrating the footage from the passenger cell phones so as to make us, the audiences, feel like we were there, witnessing the nasty stuff too. And so that, plus the testimonies, Trainwreck Poop Cruise gets really graphic, yo. To the point of TMI oversharing, you know what I mean? Another thing that I find amusing is that anytime there's a glimmer of hope, an unexpected turn of events would then snatch it away. Ooh, a tugboat to the rescue. But it causes the ship to tilt, causing the dirty urines to spill all over. Ooh, free food and drinks for everybody. But it causes people to go drunk and fight each other. Cruise ships are nothing but a big petri dish. Why anyone would want to vacation on that is something I'll never understand. I feel bad for the survivors, and you can tell that they'll never get over their PTSD. But to me, the most upsetting part about all this is the fact that the Carnival Cruise Ship Company gets away with crime. There's no lawsuits nor accountabilities, a typical story of our corrupt country. At least in this case, none of the passengers die, thank God. but it is yet another infuriating reminder that we live in the United Corporations of America. So yeah, overall I give Trainwreck Poop Cruise the rating of 4 out of 5. An absolutely shocking documentary about an unbelievable tragedy that I would never wish to happen to even my worst enemies.